Hey MVPs, Rico No's going to talk to you guys about the next fight, Raul Rosas Jr. versus Vince Morales. We'll start with Vince Morales. You know, we picked Vince Morales last time he was in the cage. It was simply implied odds. It was EV, expected value, for the fight against Elijah Smith, who was a massive underdog. And I said, guys, he can actually fight. He can scrap a little bit. And Elijah Smith was in a debut. And then he went out there and proceeded not to do anything. They tell me he won a round, cool. But he didn't come through when I needed him to. He didn't have that dog in him. He didn't go out there and we say, hey, yo, get a takedown, make it happen, put damage on him, take it away from him. He didn't do it. I did not see it in the third round, and they gave it to Elijah Smith because of it. Then he fought Taylor Lapilus. This was before that in September. And when you see that fight, Taylor Lapilus has been cut from the UFC, and Taylor won every single round. Every single round. And then I don't even care about any of these regional scene fights. Because you know what Raul Rosas would do in these regional fights? We wouldn't be in the third round in these fights. Okay? So then you go back to Miles Johns. Guess what happened? He lost 30-27 on one of the cards. He didn't win a single round in that fight either. He didn't win a single round against Jonathan Martinez. So this guy hasn't won a round in the UFC since 2021. And you think he's going to beat Raul Rosas? Like, don't go there, bro. Don't go there. Vince Morales, you're cool. I wanna say everything's cool, but you're fighting a dude, the only person that I know in this entire world that has a nose wider than their mouth. I don't know anybody with a nose wider than their mouth. Raul Rosas Jr. is built incorrectly. They put his femur in his jaw. Like, something's wrong, bro. This guy is not real. He's 20 years old, been fighting in the UFC since he was a minor. A minor. What up, Drake? The guy has a problem, bro. And he wants to solve it with you. He's got the strongest face in the world. Now, has he beaten the best competition? Not necessarily. But I want to say something. And what I'm going to tell you is if Raul Rosas, the way he ragdolled C-Rod in that fight, in the first round, the way he ragdolled Christian Rodriguez, and he learned the hard way that he blew his load early, like most teenagers, right? He blew his load too early. And he had nothing left for the second and third round. And that's how he loses that fight. But he's not fighting C-Rod. Vince Morales is no C-Rod. C-Rod would have found a way to win against Elijah just a couple weeks ago. And that fight was very recently. Vince Morales just fought in February. Bro, February? It's March. You shitting me, bro? You just got your ass whooped for 15 minutes and they bring you back in the cage? You're sacrificial lamb. They're trying to get that UFC contract worked out. They're trying to get you out of here. Yo, Vince, you got a 3-fight contract. You got to fight next week, bro. Come into work. It's like when you're about to get fired, they start giving you shifts you didn't ask for. They're giving Vince Morales a fight he didn't ask for. He don't want this fight. Raul Rosas is young. He's just too strong. He's a boa constrictor. He's a problem. And yes, he hasn't fought anybody. But if he had beaten C-Rod, if he had finished that annihilation of C-Rod in the first round, the way he was about to, the way he did, essentially. Do you know that he would not be fighting journeymen like this? He'd be fighting ranked fighters. He'd be a lot higher up here. He'd be fighting. He doesn't have any business fighting these guys. He's still getting preferential treatment. He's still fighting easy fights. He's 20 years old. They don't want to give him the buzzsaws. He's not fighting a buzzsaw. He's fighting Vince Morales. This is an easy one for me. And I know there's people out there who aren't on it like that, but this is a lock for me. I think Raul Rosas is winning the fight, hands down. I just think he has too much gas, too much. I think he's going to be a better striker. He's just got that dog in him. Vince Morales doesn't. Give me Raul Rosas, and it's scary because I don't know if it's going to be one of these things. I've seen Vince Morales go the distance with a lot of good fighters. I have. But submission is real. Submission or points are there, guys. Submission or points are there. I feel comfortable with either one. You pick and choose. Maybe double chance it. It's a minus 140. But obviously it's a minus 480. You're not going to make a ton of money here. So you can take it light or you can go parlay it. But it's a lock for me. Raul Rosas Jr. is beating Vince Morales. He's a scrub. Your friends don't know. But Rico knows Vince isn't a scrub. Let me rephrase. I don't want anybody to get sensitive about it. But he ain't beating the dude with... No.